in order for him to prove whatever it was he was trying to prove, he made McAfee look like an absolute idiot. That's the part that bothered me. McAfee had to sell those clotheslines like somebody was shooting him in the throat with a shotgun.
Right. So, with the bro, my God, moment of the week, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, 76 years old, going on 77 years old. He is the oldest person to ever compete in WrestleMania history now. He said, you know what? I'm going to choose someone to go against Pat McAfee. He goes on Pat McAfee's show. I'm going to give you a WrestleMania match. Austin Theory's the person. He loses. Austin Theory loses to McAfee. And so billionaire Vince comes and struts his way back into the ring. He beats Pat McAfee. And all this sets up for a Austin moment where it was the worst stunner that I've ever seen in the 35 years plus that I've been watching pro wrestling. And it was pretty bad. But Vince McMahon, just being Vince McMahon, you know, just being that guy that
unquestionably,
I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna be the one who's gonna look like an idiot to make my roster realize that if I can do it, you can too. That's the Vince McMahon way. So Bill Apter, your thoughts on Vince returning to the ring, man?
Well, unquestionably, that's an excellent question. Actually, I've got him on the floor here somewhere, one of my toys, but I can't reach him right now. So two things here. Number one, I showed my son-in-law that I can still do this. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two is his body looked pretty amazing. And as to the stunner, I think if somebody got a stunner as a shoot, they would have fallen the way he fell. There was no drama in it. It's like he just, But everybody was commenting on how poorly and how bad it looked. But what the hell, he did it. That's the bottom line, son.
Let me say what Mr. Apter will not say, because he's a scholar and a gentleman. Okay? I
may say it anyway.
This is your basic egotistical narcissist. I don't know if Vince is trying to prove something to himself, but Chris, this was the worst part. Forget about how Vince looked, because he looked horrible. I'm not even talking about that. But bro, in order for him to prove whatever it was he was trying to prove, he made McAfee look like an absolute idiot. That's the part that bothered me. McAfee had to sell those clotheslines like somebody was shooting him in the throat with a shotgun. He made a world-class athlete look like an absolute idiot. And that's the part that really, really bothered me. And of course, bro, McAfee is going to be respectful, because to him, Vince McMahon is God. So yes, Vince, whatever you want. But I'm watching at home and I'm like, bro, you're making this poor guy look like an absolute idiot. That's the part that really, really bothered me, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, and I understand that. Unquestionably, I do what I want to do, Vince. You know that. Unquestionably, you're fired. Get out of here.
Bro, can we just have Mr. Apter do a puppet show for the remainder of the time, Chris? Can we
yes. Very nice. Very nice.
And that depends. $3 in a thrift shop.
Very nice.
But with Pat McAfee, the thing I want to bring out is his performance in his match was excellent.
Yes,
that's right. But then he had to do that.
No,
Bill.
I know it. But it's amazing that sometimes these celebrities come across like they're more of a professional wrestler than the actual guys that are trained to do this thing. I mean, yeah,
That's a good point.
I was, yeah.
Well, you can tell McAfee, like he's a student of the business. Like
Yeah.
he really enjoys
Yeah.
his spot. He's a wrestling fan, and you can tell that he's been a wrestling fan for a long time. Even in the interview that he had with Vince, on his show, he just talks about how much he has his own ring, like built. So he likes the business, and I watched his NXT matches too. They were pretty good. With the one with Adam Cole and then the War Games match, you can tell that. I'm sorry, Vince. Is there something that you needed to say right there?
No more. He's fired.
Bro, look,
Sorry.
bro. Even his doll, he makes sure his suits are 3 sizes too small for him, bro.
Yes.
Even his own action.
Yeah, so McAfee, you can tell that he's a student of the business. He loves it. He loves being in the spot that he's in. So, like you said, he's going to take the fall from Vince McMahon any day of the week. Whoa, I actually had a match with Vince McMahon at WrestleMania.
Right.
Are you kidding? That alone is enough for me.
Well, but think of this too, is that when he did this with McAfee, Pat McAfee is going to send that to every news outlet.
Yeah.
Any way he can
That's
get
true,
seen
Bill.
with this. So it's as bad as it might have been the way you're looking at it, Vince. It's good in terms of the WWE. Look what happened.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. And I think at this WrestleMania, because it was done multiple times, I think they really set the message in this WrestleMania for future WrestleManias that anything can happen. You got look, bro, because can you imagine next year they're going to say, look what happened last year. Anything can happen. And
wait a minute.
I think that's why they did a lot of things that they did.
Which broadcaster back in the WWF used to, and you have to finish the whole phrase, anything can happen, and
it does?
It probably will. Bill Cardell, Chili Billy Cardell.
Chili Billy Willie, yes.
Yeah.
So, speaking of future WrestleManias, bit sidebar here, do you think that we will see The Rock versus Roman Reigns next year?
That's hard to tell because we don't know where The Rock will be at that point. Roman Reigns will probably be still in the company unless Hollywood grabs him too. But in terms of The Rock and his production company and the movies and all that, and who knows, I mean, if he's been away from the ring for a long time, he works out like a monster. He looks like a monster in a good way. But who knows? By then the fans may just... It depends how Rock's legend grows to the wrestling fans, not to the movie fans, in my opinion. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not one to say... I think they need to bring in another guy for Roman Reigns and groom somebody that's a up-and-coming wrestler.
I think The Rock will be in the Hall of Fame next year. He's a California guy, born in California, and I think he'll probably be inducted in the Hall of Fame as the headliner next year. That's my.
It doesn't matter.
That's my bold prediction. So, Vince, what do you think? Rock and Reigns?
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's it's the fact, like you said, Chris, the fact that it is going to be in California. I mean, the stage is set. Bro, if it were just another wrestler, I wouldn't put whole much weight, but it's blood, man. He's really doing it's not money. I mean, let's be honest, bro. Like, Rock at this point does not need Vince McMahon, the WWE. It's family, it's blood, and I really think that at the end of the day, that's why he would do it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They're also going to have a zillion celebrities
in
Hollywood.
In Hollywood.
This is going to be like with a major boxing fight. All the celebrities are trying to get tickets. This is going to be the hot ticket.
Yeah.
The Rock against Roman or anyone at this point would be the exceptional draw on that card.
Yeah.
Sure.